Well, good morning, folks. It is the 7th of September, I believe. Another bright, sunny day. Bit hazy, but definitely bikeable. I'm just posting this morning a quick video to talk about, or to ask people about some of the painted parts on the bike are really poor, and I've addressed several of them. You know, the bracket that holds the rear reservoir on for the brake fluid, and numerous other little brackets here and there. But annoyingly today I've found more of them, and what I normally do is take them off, shove them in my wood burning stove and burn everything off and go back to basics and spray again, prime, gloss. But it just seems that every soft component, there it is, there's one, look, that bracket behind the engine looked at from above, it's got that cruddy sort of bloom, it's almost like the bloom you get on black grapes. You know, it's like a sort of white powdery looking stuff that rubs off, and I found it all over the bike when I first got it, and I thought I'd got rid of it all, but you know, I've just seen that this morning, so that's going to have to come off and get the treatment. I just wondered if anybody else had any sort of issues like that with any little brackets and, you know, cable holders and things like that. I've done virtually everything on the bike, and then I discovered, look at that one there, that's the rear foot peg hanger. It's got this kind of, well, that's not got much white bloom on it, but it's certainly, you know, cruddy. And it's the same on both of them. And then also, as you'll see in some photographs that are just coming up, it's the same on the radiator mounting, top radiator mounting. Now, I've already had to do the grille on the radiator. I've got the standard grille on. I don't really want to put a stainless steel one on. You know, to my taste, it kind of highlights a necessity rather than something that's nice. So I wanted it black. But there's the other hanger, look. So you've got this white bloom stuff round all those that metal part there. It rubs off, but then you can see it's not glossy shiny paint, and like I say, I've been all over the bike. You know, the horn bracket was the same, any of the little metal parts, that basically attachment parts, they're all the same. And obviously they're not primed and painted properly. Now that's the top radiator bracket. Look, if you look at that bit that dangles down, you can see it's got that white bloom on it. Very dull. So I wondered whether people had a similar issue with their bikes. I dare say you will have, because obviously it tends to be the nature of the bike. I think one of these things that you can spend your time tinkering with, which I don't object to. I just wondered if anybody else had lived with it, dealt with it. I mean, I take the pieces off, as I say, shove them in the wood burner until they get red hot, and then I give them a good brush down, and they're not galvanised to start with, so and then I prime them and paint them black with just normal black enamel. I thought I'd done them all, but then found that lot this morning. Now here's the seditious thought that I've had, which you can probably shoot me down in flames or disagree. Bit disloyal to the brand maybe, or maybe I'm just being realistic. A mate of mine asked to see my bike, and he's got a Triumph 900 Thruxton, and he said, you know, can you bring your bike round so I can have a look at it? So we saw the two bikes effectively side by side. And I must say, I do think that the Thruxton is a better built machine. I know we love our bikes as they are, kind of thing, warts and all. It was quite apparent, really. I don't know if the Triumph 900 Thruxton is a lot more expensive than the Royal Enfield. I dare say it is, but the build quality it did look a lot better, if you see what I mean, in the minor details. It had got alloy rims, stainless spokes, all that sort of thing. But the general build, it just looked better. Now, like I say, you can shoot me down in flames and say I'm being a traitor, but I don't know what people think. I mean, have you ever seen an Interceptor right next to a Triumph Thruxton or a Bonneville or whatever? Certainly the Thruxton looked a classier finish, and it certainly didn't have any black metal bits with white bloom on them, annoyingly. So I'll be dealing with that lot today. I'm going to take them off, give them the treatment, but I'd be interested to see if anybody else has suffered from, similar issues, whether you just live with it or, I'm sure they're going to corrode. I think they'll just rust once it goes through. So my bike's 3 years old now. Definitely needs sorting out, so I'll be on with that today probably, and I'll post an update once I've given them the stove paint treatment. In the meantime, ride carefully if you're out today, as I will if I take. I'll probably go out on my pan-European, and since I'll be taking the bits off the Enfield. I must say, the going on a pan-European is like launching the Titanic. So it's not a bike that you zoom down to the shops on, or it's not highly manoeuvrable at low speed, if you see what I mean. Whereas the Enfield revels in that, I think. So anyway, they both have their appeal. So in the meantime, if you're out on yours, take care, and I'll post an update and show what these brackets look like once I've done them. Bye for now.